Thought our guys played pretty good. You know, we had a code green around here as far as getting guys game ready to knock the rust off the old guys, and then also to get them to breathe normally instead of, what do you call that? Hyperventilate. Yeah, hyperventilate, which most young people do before you play in that great stadium. So I'll answer your questions for you, and it's time to move on. I would not take anything more than guys played pretty good. You know, we got a tough one coming up this week, a team that beats San Jose soundly from the get-go, and very talented receivers, 2 NFL prospects at wide receiver, returning veteran at quarterback, and a D coordinator that used to coach here at Ohio State, that they're very sound on defense and do a nice job.
I want to ask about Taekwondo.
Well, he was not a highly recruited guy. Came to our camp. Mike Vrabel was our D-line coach. I remember it like it was yesterday, right out on practice field number 3, and just really kind of dominated with effort. He's an effort guy, you know, and he's a guy that just, our strength coach has him ranked very highly just as far as the way he handles his business. He's a made player. You know, sometimes you get these guys that were already elite, but he's pushed himself past the edge to become an elite player because of his work ethic. No, he was, if I remember, he said you're offered. I think he put his hand up right away. Said, I'm in. Well, we're thinking about Devon is a guy that played pretty well Saturday. He's got a little twitch to him. And then Landers did pretty good at nose, so he'll get more playing time. And then we're going to alibi and Malik Barrow. We're taking a hard look at Malik. Josh Allaby played a little bit, but he's more of a nose, and so we're going to take a look at Malik Barrow. Very quick twitch, good hand placement. So he's a guy that we're going to look at as well. Big loss, but yeah, I think that certainly in third downs you saw us put already Jalen Holmes in there at the 3 technique. Obviously Nick Bosa is a very good pass rusher from in there too. So, but first down and normal, you want to have a good size 3 technique, and right now we're looking at some not defensive end guys or inside guys. I think it was good. It wasn't great. It was good. Some disappointments that, you know, I think Corey Smith should be better than he is. I'm not, you know, I think he didn't play great. You know, he's dealing with some injuries, and I don't think that the technique of our wideouts were where it needs to be, even though it did make some very good plays. I thought our tailback played good offensive line. Obviously, we only have one guy, great champion. They didn't play very good. So they have to get much better. But what happens is, and you hear the old adage that people get better between 1 and 2, and that's because you get your game legs back. For example, our guys have been off since Wednesday, actually Tuesday. They didn't have padded. There's some guys on our team that have not hit since last Tuesday, and they're not going to practice again until tomorrow. So your body starts really coming back, and you'll be full speed. So.
How's Dante Butler?
He was questionable for Saturday. He's got an MCL sprain, but he's for sure will be back soon. But he's has a chance of playing. I'm trying to remember if we said anything other than just move forward, and that was tactical error on our part, not just his part. But when it's not right, just burn it. Don't try to force something that's not there. Well, you know that what always comes up when you have 2 quality players, you make a mistake like that, or you're out. Someone else goes in. And some people don't like that. I always say I'd love to have that. I wish I had 3 of them that were JT's caliber. And does that put more pressure on a player? So be it. You know, that's what happens at the next level. So I think he's such a leader, such a veteran, and I think he knows this is his show, that he bounced. I mean, there was 0 conversation. We're fine. Move on to the next play. Let's go. I think that when you say that, it's just the amount of repetitions at that position. You know, whether you're a veteran or not, you need all the reps. He is our #1 quarterback. He received all the #1 reps. You get timing with receivers. You can see there were some beautiful passes Saturday. Off the top of my head, Noah Brown and KJ Hill. That's because he works with him so frequently. And same, there's a couple corner routes to Curtis and Dontre, and those are well-executed plays because they practice it all the time. No, because we want to wear people. We noticed we went, I think we had 50-some plays, 2 in the first half. And so our objective, obviously, need to get first downs to do that. But we want to play fast, play a lot of people, and certainly receiver position. And you need to count Dontre and Curtis as kind of the hybrid. They're also our 2nd and 3rd tailbacks. And so, yeah, we're playing 10, but there's 2 hybrids in there as well. I think they did okay. I think this will be more of a test Saturday. There's, Bowling Green a year ago with the personnel they had, a real experienced quarterback, real 2 NFL receivers. You know, I think one transferred and one is, I'm not sure he made a team, but they had, I think their Bowling Green's personnel is going to be fine. It's just not as experienced as the year before. This one rolling in here is very experienced and more talented at this point. So, once again, if you go back to Bowling Green and played them a year ago and they beat Purdue, they beat Maryland, they had that quarterback that played a lot of football for him, that would have been a challenge. I think as BG, you know, once again, I'm not here to talk about BG, but I think they're going to be a very good team as they continue to grow up and get better. I think when you hear spread, it's about numbers, so I think that part's similar. I think the objective and what day one install and what's your identity is, there you go, image versus reputation identity. But the identity is, you know, we're going to line up and hammer the football and run the ball, and we expect to lead the conference or be close to the lead in rushing offense. I can't speak to what Baylor does, but they're, you know, when you look at Baylor and then Tulsa, they're very balanced, more balanced than people think, and so I think it's somewhat similar, but there are different fundamental differences to it.
Lead them around for a 50 year.
That's exactly that's exactly the thought process, and I first learned that when Pete Carroll was at USC. I read an article that they don't recruit a guy to redshirt him. There's too many good players out there that want to come to this top 5 type school, and we consider obviously Ohio State a top 5. We're recruiting a player to play immediately. And now you have some great storylines in there. Why did you take Darren Lee then? Why did you take, you know, maybe a Josh Perry or a Tyvis Powell? Why did you take a Malik Henderson? You know, those are the guys that maybe we just see this incredible end of a career. So usually you only take a handful, you know, not even a handful, 3 or 4 guys like that are, you call them projects, but if it develops now, watch out, you have a monster. But we're not in the game. Years ago you would do that. You'd say, let's take this kid and what do you think he's going to be like in 2 to 3 years? We're very rarely into that conversation now. That happened Saturday. Keandre Jones, Malik, Coop, some guys went in that game. You know, once again, are they going to be here 5 years from now? Probably not, and if they are, they probably got bypassed.
Like, do you want to?
That's all Pantone and the. I think I seen that. Like hashtag developed here or something.
Yeah, I mean, he's got all those hashtags. But is that an effort? I mean, for real. Do you think some people would think a place like Ohio State, you just recruit the best and they're good automatically? You send them on. It's easy, right?
I
or
don't.
Do you want to emphasize the development?
Oh, Mark works on our image a lot. I don't care about our image. Reputation is important to recruit, but I care about the truth. And when they come visit and get to talk to our players and families, they know the truth, the identity. Oh, sure. Yeah, one lineman graded out a winner. Our starting receivers did not grade out a winner, I believe. There's some great teachable moments in there. You have a kickoff unit that's expected to be the best. We had one good one and 2 or 3 bad ones, so there's incredible moments. So it's a lot more enjoyable to coach after a big win than, you know, the opposite. So, but of course, yeah, big teachable moments.
Tracy could play in a bowl game at the end of the season.
I don't believe so. I'll know more today. It was patella tendon, had surgery yesterday. I got the text that everything came back. I have not seen him. He's going to be here in a little bit. I'm going to go talk to him and find out more. Book came out of the game, but he's questionable, and there's a chance he'll play. I think we're okay everywhere else, right? Yeah. Well, when teams fail to score down there, it's because they load the boxes hard to just pound the football at them, and that's where you saw the game last night. You know, I thought Texas did a heck of a job, spread them out, and let that big freak run the ball. I mean, that's pretty good game plan. Not everybody has that 6 foot, whatever he is, big athletic guy. But JT's athletic enough and certainly quick enough, twitched enough to get us in the end zone. The other thing is you have to make those tight window throws, and he's pretty good at that. So those are 2. When you see teams score a lot, it's because there's creative ways of creating a run game, and that's option, single wing football. Because the days of just we're bigger and stronger than you, you can stop that. And then the other one are tight window throws. Well, I kept, you know, I did, and I don't want to spend much time on that, but, you know, we didn't. I think we threw a swing pass or something, and I hear him saying, let's throw that. I said, no, don't you dare. Don't just hand the ball off, and then, yeah, especially this, you know, sometimes you don't give much thought to that. You're more worried about your team, but in that situation, just out of respect for Bowling Green, yeah. But DeMario, you can't tell him to slow down. You know, he ran really hard, and he's trying to become a backup tailback right now at Ohio State. and he did a very good job.
You just personally, do you get a little bit of that same feeling you get as a father watching somebody?
No doubt, and I'm glad you asked that. There's, you know, as you get older, what do you coach for? That's a big reason why we coach, and the experience to see these young guys' dream fulfilled. I mean, that's Jamario ran in the end zone twice. Think about that for a minute. A kid that grew up near Cleveland, Ohio, got to stick in the end zone twice, and that's been his dream. And I hope there's more to add to his dream as we continue. I have no idea.
I know where he came from, but I mean, this is a little bit of an amazing
I don't know him.
story,
I don't
isn't
know.
it? I mean, the guy never played football till he shows up here, and he's.
He made a great tackle Saturday. He had two, actually, he would have made on that because they tried to get field return. And he is I mean, I don't know where the hell he came from. He is really good.
He looks like a football player, you know, as a kid.
He don't look like a football player.
But he stuck his nose in there is my point. I mean, and this guy just shows up.
I don't think I met his family. I mean, I guess we have to do that someday. 'Cause he's our kicker, but they raised a good dude. He's very talented too. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.